Hey guys, it is J-Man. Day 10 of the 12 Days of Christmas. We're nearly there. Another controversial Christmas movie today. Batman Returns, 1992. For you, if some people say, is this a Christmas movie? Yes, it is a Christmas movie. The movie is at Christmas. There's Christmas music. The characters wish each other Merry Christmas. They don't hold hands at the end and start singing any carols, but other than that, I'm counting the movie. And I wanted to throw in a Batman movie, because big Batman fan, Probably going to do this one fairly quickly because I'm, very tired. But, so I'll get all the salient points in, obviously. Michael Keaton is our Batman, Michael Keaton was in the previous movie. I mean, it's a sequel, but it's not really a sequel. I mean, I don't know what information you really need to know. He's Batman. The Joker was in the last film, but the Joker doesn't come into this one. This film references his previous girlfriend, Vicky Vale, but Vicky Vale's not in this movie. Other than that, there's no real continuity between the two films per se. I mean, it is a sequel, but it's not like... Batman Returns storyline is not vital on following Batman's storyline. They're two standalone films, really, Michelle Pfeiffer is our Catwoman. Definitely a fan of that. Danny DeVito is our Penguin. I was going to say Danny DeVito is the perfect cast choice for the Penguin. I mean, yeah, he's physically like a good look for the Penguin. He looks like the Penguin from the comics. But he's just a damn good actor, man. He's like, he's, a lot of these Batman movies, they don't cast the most famous guy in the world as Batman usually, other than George Clooney, but they cast the best actors in the world for the villains, man, which is really cool. Tim Burton's second Batman film, should I say? Tim Burton was going to do Batman Forever, but he didn't. But I mean, I'll probably get to that in another video. I did a Superman podcast, so I'll probably do this podcast, and I'll probably talk about the Batman movie we never got. Anyway. Film starts out, Pee Wee Herman is the Penguin's dad. Interesting factoid, before I even go through any trivia, Pee Wee Herman plays Penguin's dad. Pee Wee Herman returns... I don't know what the actor's called, but I mean, Pee Wee Herman returns in Gotham to play the Penguin's dad. I think they're both separate characters, though. Like, he's not Mr. Cobblepot in Gotham. He's just a boy, Penguin's mum had, a fling with. So it's not the same person, but he is still the Penguin's dad, which is a really cool thing. He's the only person, I think, to actually cross over two different universes of Batman, which is really cool, that is. Basically, his wife didn't want to keep the Penguin because he was born ugly, or with flippers, So basically, in fact, they just threw him into the sewers, and then he just lived there for 33 years, hating people, I guess, 33 years later, Christmas in Gotham. It's clearly Christmas. Christmas music is playing. There is lights everywhere. People are running around with presents. It is a Christmas movie. People have been saying they've seen the sighted Penguin Man in the sewers. I avoid the guy's trying to sell Alfred the paper with the Penguin Man sightings on it, and Alfred is like, it's like rubbish. Most of the time it's a waste of time. Sure showed that guy in the most British way possible. And then we're introduced to a new character, Max Schreck, played by the legend that is Christopher Walken. And he's the head of this huge company. And he's discussing his new power plant, which enters Selina Kyle, Catwoman, for those who don't know, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. She's like, I've got a question, and he's like, whoa, sorry guys, she doesn't just come into a meeting and start asking questions. She's the coffee girl, she's my secretary, and she never got to answer it. She even got to ask her a question, before he slings her out, But yeah, she's got issues with the power plant, basically. Um, I love it. And then Matt Stretch goes to his meeting, starts throwing out presents. Well knows what was in those presents. He says something about fancy baubles. Maybe that was that in there, you know. I liked the mystery. It could have been anything, you know. I love it. He's like, looks over to his son. He's like, I forgot my speech. You know, remind me to take it out on what's her name later. Yeah, it's totally her fault. You forgot your speech. You even said the words, I forgot my speech, you know. It's your fault, man. Stop looking for someone to blame for it. You know, and then, like, you know, there's like a giant present rolling its way through town, and they're like, what's that? He's like, not any idea of mine, you know. And then the circus gang jump out and start wreaking a bit of havoc. I'm guessing the circus gang, if we're following comics, I think the circus gang used to work for the Joker, which would make sense. He was in the last movie, and then jumped ship over to Penguin, which I think happened in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City as well. You know, so, you know, I get that. And I think it happened in the animated series, so it's a recurring thing. A lot of people don't work for the Joker because he's unhinged and he's dead now in this film, so it makes sense they jump over to someone else's gang, you know, and then they decide to jump over to the Penguin's gang. So yeah, and and then Commissioner Gordon, in like, he has like the most minimal role at all in this film. Commissioner Gordon, actually, I noticed he doesn't do anything, but he's like flashes the bat signal, you know. And by the way, Bruce Wayne just sits in his office all day, waiting for someone to flash the bat signal. You know, it's like that's all he does. Doesn't he have like Wayne Enterprise meetings to attend or something? I always like fight fire with fire. There's a guy going around dressed as the devil, breathing fire, you know, trying to burn stuff, yeah. And then Batman turns the Batmobile around and burns the guy, and I was like, fire. I'm pretty sure you killed that guy as well, yeah. Whatever to Batman not killing people. But yeah, since when that's like, you know, killing people in Avengers, no Batman killing people in Justice League, Batman v Superman, so why would I start arguing with it now, you know? And it turns out the gang is after Max Schreck. You know. By the way, Batman's got a slightly different suit in this film. The armor looks a little bit. The first one, the armor just looks like a six-pack, whereas this one actually looks a bit more like body armor. It's not as human. Logo is more traditional because the last film they changed the logo ever so slightly. This one has a very traditional Batman logo in it. One of the clowns gets hold of Selina, you know, and then Batman saves her, you know. And obviously, like I was saying, he is trying so hard not to check her out, you know. He's like, yeah, and then, you know, he like back to work, you know. She grabs the taser off the guy, you know, and she's like, I'm badass now, you know, got a taser in my hand, you know. I think then there's a shot of Arctic World, which is in the old zoo. Basically, I think that leads to the sewer, which is the Penguin's underground base kind of thing. And basically, Penguin says he knows all of Max's dark, dirty little secrets, you know. Toxic waste from the chemical plant. He was like, you know, oh, you could have got that anywhere. And he's like, well, I've got a document that, you know, you signed, you know, having someone clean up or something like that, you know. And he's like, oh, if there was such documents, I would have shredded them. And then he pulls out the paper that's been shredded, but he's about to get there. And, you know, a little tape and a lot of patience goes a long way, you know. And he's like, well, that don't prove nothing, you know. And he's like, okay, what about Fred Atkins, your old partner? Oh, he's on vacation, you know. Is he really on vacation? Look, I got Fred's hand. Hey, you know. You know, so he's like, I know you killed Fred, or had him killed off, you know. And basically the idea is he's like, I want you to work with me. So I think basically Max agrees. Or you know, they both come to a mutual understanding, or more than that. Then it shows Selina Kyle coming back to her apartment after, you know, hard days being attacked. It's like feeding the cat, reminding herself that she doesn't have a boyfriend. Well, actually, I think she had a boyfriend. Checks her answer machine. Boyfriend's dumped her. You know, she's quite a miserable character. You know, she's quite a sad character. I love when she's like, you know, if the cat, like she's talking to her cat, and you know, if you chipped in more, you know, there'd be more food around the house. Yeah, the cat should get a job, man. And a lazy cat you got there. He just goes out whenever he feels like it, frolics with the other cats, comes back, and then just lies on the couch. You know, you don't do anything for that household. And then she like leaves herself an answer machine message, and she opens it, and she's like, "Just got to remind you, you forgot the Bruce Wayne file for the meeting tomorrow. You got to go work and get it." No, so she goes in work late. And then obviously she's caught by Max Schreck, and he's like, "What are you doing working late?" You know, she's like, "Oh, I was just going over the Wayne files. Some of them I had to get from the protected files." Like the protected files on my computer. And like, why would you admit to doing that? But second of all, why would you even do it? You know, if you want to keep your job, you know. I mean, I know she's got strong feelings about the power plant, and then she's like, I've basically figured out that the power plant is sucking power instead of generating power. You know, and that's not cool, man, because you're using people's money, you know, to build something they're not getting, probably for evil gain. And then he's like, you can't go into my community. She's like, we're going to do bully me. It's not like you can kill me. Actually, it's a lot like that. Gotcha. You know? And it's like, and she's like, oh, you were joking. And of course I was joking. Bitch, die. Pushes her out, falls down the window. Lucky, she's saved by the, like, you know, there's like so let's say there's like the, sort of like, porchy thing, you know, like a little outdoor bit with a hood, like with a fabric hood, and she basically falls through all the hoods on every floor down. So that kind of breaks her fall a little bit. Then one of this cat starts having a nice good old chew on her fingers, you know. Apparently if you die, cats will just eat you. You know, maybe if they don't get any nice food for long enough, they'll just think, screw it, I'm going to eat my owner, you know. But she did survive. Basically, now she's like cracked though. She's not quite all there. She's magically got sassy overnight just from falling off that building. She comes home, you know, fucking hates herself even more. And she really gets annoyed whenever you see like hear those like makeup commercials on her answer machine. She gets mad, you know. And she got mad like breaking stuff in this year. Out of it, her logic now jumps to like boyfriend just stumps her. I think was it, and then like, you know, she's had enough, and logic here dictates I'm going to build me a cat suit, you know. So she builds this, like, you know, she makes a cat suit out of an old leather jacket, I think. I love where it's like she's got a neon sign that says hello there, and she breaks the O and then the T, so it says hell here. That's a pretty cool image. I liked that. I'm guessing she might have like a borderline personality disorder, because I know they've said that Harley Quinn has that, and she's like, you know, she like the one was the thing is like she's got she likes to get attention, so she'll kind of act all flirty all the time, which maybe is what happened to Harley Quinn after she snapped. Happened to Catwoman after she snapped. Sorry, should I say? But then one of the clowns from the circus gang kidnaps a baby, runs into the sewer, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's the hideous Penguin Man! Please don't hurt me! Here, even take the baby." And then Penguin emerges from the sewer for the first time, looking like a hero. And then later on, Bruce Wayne's watching a interview with him, And he's like, what do you want? He's like, I just want to know who my parents are, and then thusly know who I am. You know, and they're like, oh, that seems cool, man. He seems like a really nice guy. You know. And then he just starts going through the records, and you're thinking it's like he's going through records to find out who he is, yeah, but actually he's going through everyone's records, and it's like, why is he going through everybody's records for? Time will tell, you know. And then there's like a bit where Batman gets him, was like the fishy swirl or something, and then he's like, the soup's supposed to be served cold, sir. Which reminds me of Red Dwarf, the gazpacho soup episode, you know, and he's like, Rimmer finally gets to have dinner with the Admiral's table, and they're serving gazpacho soup, and then he eats the first bowl. He's like, it's cold. Waiter, can you bring me back a warm bowl of gazpacho soup? This one's not been done. And then all the other people in the Admiral's table started laughing at him, you know, and it was the most embarrassing moment of his life. That was pretty funny. So that's what I was thinking of when I saw that scene. I love the way Bruce was going through the files for like carnival people, I guess, and then there was a bird boy. I'm guessing that is a reference to Robin, because obviously he meets Robin at the circus, you know, where his parents are killed. So I'm guessing it might be a reference to that, because Tim Burton was going to have his own Batman Forever, so we were going to be introduced to Robin like in an entirely different way probably than we were in Batman Forever. Alfred's like, so what's going on? He's like, well, I think he already knows who his parents are, but I think he's trying to find something else. They don't know what for at this stage, you know. I think finds out his name is his Penguin finds his father's name is Tucker Cobblepot. Yeah, it's definitely not the same name as Pee Wee Herman's character in Gotham, but again, it's still like whoever the character is, it's still like supposed to be Penguin's father, you know. He's like, my name is Oswald Cobblepot, you know, refer to me by my human name. And then he's like, I forgive my parents, which makes headline. So everyone's like, oh, the Penguin is the nice guy ever, you know, he still forgives his parents after all the crap they pulled on him, you know. And then it's like the interview, it's like the meeting between Bruce Wayne and Max Schreck, and then Bruce Wayne's like, I've noticed there's a power surplus coming out of that power plant, you know, and he's like, that's outrageous, you know, it's not. And he's like, there's no way I'm giving you my money, man, to make something like this. You know, so, and he's like, whoa, Bruce, you really ready to go around 15 rounds with Mohammed Shrek? And he's like, cool, nah, because I ain't got a gang lord in my corner like you do. I was like, then Michelle Pfeiffer walks in Selena Kyle. I love it's like they told Marky not to act with his face, but he's there and he's like, yeah, she'll get it good, yeah. I mean, I'm Batman. You know, so it was quite funny, you know, just watching him just going like, oh, I want some of that. Michelle Pfeiffer, can't blame him. I love when it's like they have a conversation where he's like, we've met, and she's like, no we haven't, you know what, I mistook me for someone else. You mean you mistook me for someone else? That's what I said. You know, that was quite a minute. And then she makes up some bullshit about, oh, she had a skiing accident, hit her head, and now the last like 2 days are a blur. You know, which is like, she could have just, you know, grassed up Max Schreck, man, but you know, whatever. And then, like, basically when she leaves, Max says to his son Chip, she better not try to blackmail me because I'll break her, you know. Then it's like Max is trying to get Oswald, you know, and basically the idea is after luring with a wet fish, you know. First of all, degrading to fat people and penguin people, you know, could just say, come downstairs, bro. He wants him to run for mayor, which running for mayor seems like a recurring theme among Batman things, actually, because like, in the 60s, Penguin ran for mayor, in Gotham, the Penguin was mayor, and like in this year, so is that like a recurring thing for the Penguin? He likes to be mayor or something? We didn't. Was it there? What am I doing? What was the point I was at? I love it when he offers the Penguin a cigar to reference, he's always smoking in the comic books. And he spits out. So that was just a nice little reference to it there when he offers him the cigar, I love when she's like, would like you to wear these gloves. Like his image consultant is like, would like you to wear these gloves because apparently people like hands. What the fuck? Oh yeah, you got flippers. That makes sense. I saw the funny things like Facebook. What would you buy Commander Worf from Star Trek for Christmas? And I was like, a bandana. Because he's a Klingon, Klingons. Forehead look like that, bandana. So, whatever. I'm as bad as they are. Oh, and then this funny guy, the guy is like, looks at him, can't be many mirrors in the sewer. He's so ugly. And then all the penguins come back. He's like, well, yeah, right. Though it could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood. Gushing blood? Explain how that works. Bites his nose, man. Blood squirts everywhere. Badass. And then there's like, would you like, we want you to fill the void as mayor, and then he just looks at the image and I'd like to fill her void. What up? It's a good line, man. It's like a line, it was like a little bit dirty, but I was totally thinking that, and I think anybody would have said a line like that, Especially guys living in the sewer all his life, he wants it. He's got some fairly over fill her void. Teach him a French flipper trick. Don't know what that is. Sounds like something big though. I'd like to see where that one went. Maybe not if it's the Penguin actually. And like penguins run of ideas, like we'll stop global warming, start global cooling, turn the world into a giant icebox. Kind of like that, it's safer than global cooling is certainly safer than global warming. Am I right? Oh, he's like, I could be mayor. The woman will come up to me like, I need you, Oswald. I need you now, Oswald. That is the biggest parasol I've ever seen. What the frack, man? That's a little bit dirty, that is. For some reason though, if he's running for mayor, surely his goons, not everyone knows that the Celtics are his goons, but they go into the town and start wreaking a bit of havoc, which obviously draws Batman out. No, I think this was so they can analyse the Batmobile while he was gone though. I think Batman's got like a smart Batarang though, so there's like, he's surrounded by 4 people and a dog, and he kind of sets the Batarang to all the people, and then it's like, and then he gets bitten by the dog, and then the dog runs away with the Batarang, but that was pretty cool, that's a new gadget he didn't have in the first film. Oh yeah, and then he pulls a bomb, like this guy, this gang guy tries to run at him with a bomb strapped to his chest, he pulls the bomb off him, yeah, then Catwoman that goes into town starts wreaking some havoc, man. Opens, and then she's in a store, and then the cop's like, I don't know whether I should open fire or fall in love, and she's like, ugh, you cops always confusing your pistols for your privates, ugh. Yeah, fair play. No, like, please don't hurt us, lady. I'll take home 300. No, you're overpaid. Hit the road. Although in Batman, he's like walking down, he throws a guy off like a ledge. You hear that scream, like, is it called the Hemingway? Is it called the Hemingway scream? It's like, ah! It's in every movie, that scream. You hear that one. And then there's this big, fat, scary-looking clown guy, and then he's like, "Come on, Batman, hit me!" And then he's like, "That hit did nothing." Looks down, the bomb is now strapped to his chest. Yeah, Batman, you killed another guy. Well done, Bats. Well done. I don't know what Catwoman's playing. She put spray cans in the microwave, which obviously blows the place up, I think. No, I've never seen that one before. Then Penguin's at another mayoral meeting, and he's just like, they're these two teenage girls, and he's like, Penguin, you are the coolest role model a girl could have. And then he's like, oh yeah, you're the hottest young person a mayor could have. Creepy in itself, but alright, you know. And then he's like, where one of my buttons? And then he has to put the button on and starts giving a good old squeeze to that boob there. I see what you're onto, yeah. And then he's like going back up to his base, his new base. He's upstairs now in like the penthouse or whatever. And then he's like, you know, I'm liking this mayor business. It's about reaching out and touching people, groping people. No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. I love when he's coming in the bed, he's like, just the pussy I need to see. No, God, you are disgusting. I'm here to talk about Batman, you know, that guy who's like way better looking than you are. I mean, God, chill out. And like he says that his plan is to hack the Batmobile, and then she comes up with the idea of trying to frame Batman. And then basically I think it's that the Penguin calls out Batman on TV and he's like, come and meet me for a real man, basically. And Bruce is hanging out with Selina Kyle, you know, and he's like, oh, it's so much fake news in the paper, sorry. And she's like, yeah, man, said that Catwoman was 140, she doesn't weigh 140. And then he's like, yeah, man, Batman saved a lot of lives, you know. You ended 2 lives, but I suppose you saved like 3 people, so it outweighs it or something. And then she makes reference like, come to the party, it'll be hot in the cold town tonight, which was a line said by the Joker in the first film. You know, it was a really cool callback. So I like that. I like callbacks. Oh, and then there's like a relight in the tree ceremony, and then the Joker's got the Batarang that he got off the dog. You know, the Batman threw the smart Batarang, and the dog caught it and ran off. Penguin's got that, and then he used it to knock out I think they call her the princess who's lying in the tree. You know, and basically he kidnaps her, and then Batman's talking to Selina about Vicky Vale. No, he's talking about... Yeah, he's talking to Selina about Vicky Vale, you know, his first girlfriend. And I love that he's like, you know, I'm scared she's going to think I'm a psycho. But then after saying that, she's like, actually, I kind of dig the psychos. Normal guys are douchebags, you know. So, and then they start to have a little moment. They start making out and stuff. But she touches his side. You know, I think, but then there's a wound he got from her when he first met her, where she kind of stabbed him, and then in self-defense he threw a bit of acid over her, and then he feels her arm, and then there's an acid burn there, which neither feel the other person's wound because they both stop each other from touching that area, you know. So it's like, you know, I like that. That was quite a clever scene. That was. Alloway back, he's like, I gotta go, you know, because he hears about the kidnapper, and then he's like, I gotta go. And then for some reason she wants to be in on this, and she's like, oh, I've gotta go. And then he's like, tell her I still like her, I just want to go. And then Alfred's like, okay, I'll remain later. And then she's like, can you tell him I'm not rejecting him, I need to go. Actually, just make up a dirty limerick. One has just sprung to mind, Mum. Alfred, you old perv, thinking up dirty limericks there. I want to hear what he had in mind, you know. I bet he's like, right funny, the dirty old man, you know. And he drives into, like, you know, town, and he like, leaves the Batmobile there while he's looking for the princess, which is like their time to strike. They start trying to hack the Batmobile, and they put the hacking device in the car, and they leave it like nothing happened. And then Batman goes to save her. Then for some reason Wonder Woman drops in. Wonder Woman looks like... Wonder Woman? Why did I say Wonder Woman for? Fucking hell, I'm tired. Catwoman drops in. And it looks like she's there to save the girl as well, which is peculiar, you know, because she looks like Paul Hill in this movie. Then it turns out she's actually kidnapped her herself, and then Batman chases her up to the roof, and she's on the ledge, and she's like, I'm okay, you know, and then he's like, be careful, and then Penguin runs in, and then like releases a small bats over her, and she freaks out, falls, and everyone looks up, sees the bats, and like, Batman did it. So, you know, Penguin framed Batman. Everyone hates him now. Oh, and then there's like another moment between Batman and Catwoman where he's like, they're on the building where he just like moved away. Catwoman turns up, starts eyeing him, and she's like, you know, under mistletoe. And then there's a famous line from this film. She's like, mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it. And then like he responds, a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it. You know, which is like the famous line from this film, which they come back to later on. Then Catwoman's meeting up with the Penguin, and she's like, I didn't want you to kill the guy, I thought you were just going to scare her. I'm out. And then he's like, what? You're a saucy minx, you know, you were sent out all the signals, you know, and now you're just going to leave, I don't like you anymore, you know, and he, like, you know, hooks her with the umbrella, and the umbrella flies off, you know, and she's hanging off of that. Batman gets in the car, and then Penguin kind of gets into his little caravan thing, and there's a little toy Batmobile in there, but that's controlling the real one. So he starts speeding around, running down a few people. You know, Batman is actually smart that he puts the CD in and records everything the Penguin has to say, and then he says one line, he's like, I paid this stinking city like a harp from hell, you know. And Batman was smart enough to record that. He's about to hit an old lady, so he has to punch through the floor and remove the device, you know, which was very quick thinking there. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and then the police are after Batman, you know, after what he's just done. So he breaks the sides off the Batmobile in effect, so he can fit through a narrow gap which the police cars can't fit through. Then there's Penguin's at his mayoral speech, and he starts talking, but then Batman plays the CD, you know, of him saying, you know, oh, I played the stinky city like a harp from hell. You know, so it's like they all know that he's a phony and he's a fake and he's evil, you know. So they all start turning on him, throw eggs and tomatoes. He's like, why does someone always bring eggs and tomatoes to a speech? And then he's like saying his new plan. That's why he made the list of names earlier. His plan is to kill every firstborn child, basically, you know. And then his henchman is like, killing like little kids, man, that's a little bit, you know. He's like, a little bit what? And they shoot him, you know. It's not a little, it's a lot, man. That's my plan, you know. That's like Hulk, because he shot his own guy, man. He was saying earlier that they were like family, man. Where am I on the list? And then like Bruce Wayne goes to like one of Max Shreck's masked balls. I love the way Bruce Wayne's not wearing a mask at the ball, because maybe it's like if you wore a full face mask, but like, I recognise that chin, you know. And Selena Kyle's there, because obviously she still hasn't been fired by Max yet. They start dancing, and Bruce is like, I'm tired of wearing masks. And she's like, yeah, me too. And I think she said something like, oh, I'm here for Max. And he's like, oh, you and him like a thing? She's like, no. And then she pulls out like a gun. You know, this is here for Max. You know, to kill him. And he's like, him won't help. She's like, yes, it fucking will. You know, stop being a hero, Bruce. You know, she wants to kill him. She wants to kill him. You know, he fucked her over. There's a whole argument about that. And then obviously they see the mistletoe there, and then he's like, mistletoe can be deadly if you. And then she looks at him, And I think that they both say it, and they're not even thinking like "This will be deadly if you eat it." And he's like, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, a kiss is even deadlier if you mean it." Oh shit! Do we have to start fighting? Luckily, the penguin crashes the party. And then they're like, "Oh, we want Chip, Max Shrek's son, because he's the firstborn son." And Max like, "Take me instead," you know. All right, then we'll take you. And then, versus Penguin's about to execute his plan, he receives a letter from Batman, you know, going, the children are unable to attend, and he's like, "You know what? Fuck it, change your plan." Instead of kidnapping the kids, he's going to send his penguins out to murder them straight in their sleep. Like, no theatrics, just pure out and out murder. Their husband and mother. And then just as the penguins get into the middle of town, aim their like guns on their back, and then Batman manages to block the signal, probably the same way he did with the mayoral campaign. Now he's going after Penguin. Where am I at? Oh, and then Batman's like, "You can't, like, Selina, you can't kill Max." And then he's like, "We're the same." And he like, there's missed a bit actually. Have I? Oh no, and he's like, "We're the same," and then he like rips his mask off. And then there's the funniest line, Christopher Walken, he's like, "Bruce Wayne? Why the hell are you dressed as Batman?" "Because he is Batman, you moron." You know, and then he's like, "Selina Kyle, you're Catwoman? Well, you're fired." And then she's like, "Cool, I came here to kill you anyway." Like, you know, he shoots her a few times, and she's like, "Oh, I think basically she's down to her last 2 lives, I think." And then she decides to do this thing where she kisses him and then gets the taser involved, which fries him to fuck. I was like, nothing would possess me to want to put myself in that kind of danger to kill him. Maybe it's because I'm not in the same sick of mind as she is, though. And then the idea is, of course, she's got 1 life left, and she like disappears, you know. And then it's like Penguin's not beaten, you know, he gets up, you know, he starts going back, but then I think he is beaten actually, and then he falls down, and like, you know, the Penguins drag him into the water. Then like Penguin's beaten, it's like the next night, and then Bruce Wayne's driving around the city, and he sees Selina's cat wandering the street, so he takes the cat in, you know, and he goes back into the Batmobile. Can't find her anywhere, and then at the very end you see her on the building looking at the Batsignal, which I think was the idea, was it was going to set up for a Catwoman series that never happened, which is a shame. But, you know, one thing I noticed about this film though was actually it pays no reference to Harvey Dent, because Harvey Dent was in the first film, obviously with different actors than Tommy Lee Jones, and then in Batman Forever, he's Two-Face, but he's already Two-Face, which would suggest it would have happened, might have happened in this, like the Two-Face thing might have happened in this movie, instead of in the third movie, but I don't know. Now I'm going to look at the trivia for Batman Returns, by the way. Let me see, trivia. Again, if it's a long old list, I don't want to try and, you know, go on too much with it, because it's a let's see what we got. Apparently Tim Burton was uncomfortable with casting Christopher Walken as Max Shrek, when it is said to him why he said, "Because the man scares the hell out of me." Whoever the decision was to have ultimately grown on Burton, as Walken was cast again in Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, that was a yeah, he was in that, and that was a Tim Burton film. And apparently, in the Superman Lives movie that never happened, I do talk about that movie in my Superman video. He was going to play Brainiac, apparently, which sounds amazing. At least 50% of the Warner Brothers lot was taken up with Gotham City sets. That's probably how big this movie was, man. Danny DeVito was advised by friend Jack Nicholson, aware of his own financial success with Batman. Obviously, he took the role of the Penguin. First ever film made in Dolby Digital. Like everything is now. That's crazy, right? Danny DeVito remained in character between takes. I would have loved to have just been on set to see that. Yeah, several modifications were made to the Batsuit, including the colour scheme, chest plate logo, and at the request of Michael Keaton, zipper was added to the pants. Don't know why. Maybe it was easier to get into. When asked during a 2007 talk show appearance if she ever felt nostalgic and put on the catsuit to amuse her husband, Michelle Pfeiffer started referencing when film was over, she never wanted to see the costume again for as long as she lived, which is probably one of the multiple reasons why we didn't get a Catwoman series. That and this film didn't do as much. Oh, Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin in the 60s, was asked to play the Penguin's father, but illness prevented him from it. I mean, as much as I'm glad Pee Wee Herman did it, that would have been such a great cast choice. It's a shame that is. Keaton earned $11 million for reprising his role. Michelle Pfeiffer went through 60 catsuits during the 6-month shoot at the cost of $1,000 a piece. Fucking hell. Warner Bros. Had to constantly submit new Catwoman posters for various cities, as many of the bus stop ads were being stolen. It got so bad that police officers had to patrol bus stops in order to catch perpetrators before they could break the plexiglass containers. Today, the large-scale Catwoman bus ads are worth a great deal of money, and they've got them for free by stealing them, you rascals. Apparently the Catwoman suit was vacuum sealed after she put it on. But she only had to put it on for a short amount of time, and it would have opened. She could have become lightheaded and passed out. My goodness. Danny DeVito refused a stand-in for the scene where they pelted him with rotten food by Younger Mob. I respect that, Danny. I respect that. They had a hard time getting the shot where the monkey delivers the letter from Batman to the Penguin. Apparently Danny DeVito's makeup terrified the animal. I can see that. Neither Tim Burton nor Michael Keaton had signed up in advance for a sequel. Burton came on board only after the script met all of his demands. He hadn't been entirely happy with Batman 1989 screenplay. While Keaton was only agreed to do the second film in the series, a serious hike in salary and Tim Burton's assurance made them mostly a standalone movie rather than direct. I did notice it wasn't a direct sequel per se. Massive Gotham City sets were all constructed to be mobile and were often shifted between days filming. Michelle Pfeiffer routinely got lost on her way to filming each day because there was just so much. I get that. Katsu was told to try. Michelle Pfeiffer had trouble hearing her own voice. Tim Burton had to tell her to lower her voice register. Dude, you're putting too much into that catsuit, man. You know, I mean, yeah, it's sexy, but it doesn't have to be sexy. You know, she's Michelle Pfeiffer. She's like one of the best actresses ever. You know. During one scene, Michelle Pfeiffer had to put a live bird in her mouth. They had bird puppets on set, but Pfeiffer thought it looked too fake. Fucking hell, that would be horrible. Because, you know, I've said before, I'm terrified of birds, man. That would be horrible. Ugh. Oh, ugh. No, thank you. I was wondering if that was real or not. Annette Bening was cast as Catwoman, but replaced by Michelle Pfeiffer when she became pregnant. Though the $3 million salary they were giving Michelle Pfeiffer was $2 million more than they were offering Bening. Although this film was considered to be the darkest of the 4 Batman films, it was lambasted as too grotesque and pessimistic. Strangely enough, though, it is only one of the 4 films which does not include a single reference to the murder of the Wayne pet. That is true. I never really thought about that. Danny DeVito spent 2 hours a day in makeup. He was forbidden to describe the Penguin's makeup to anyone, including his own family. My God. Security was so tight on the production that even Kevin Costner was refused permission to visit the set. Warner Brothers employed a private investigator when shots of Danny DeVito's costume made it into the tabloids. Again, nowadays. But I think they're doing it almost deliberately with the new Joker film. They're just like deliberately releasing pictures of it. I think it's because, like, you know, he's like, people are going to release take pictures and put them in there. We might as well just put our own ones out in higher quality, you know. Which I think that the whole thing is deliberately being leaked. There is a publicity stunt, and it's working because everyone's stoked for the film now. Batman doesn't wear boots in this movie. They are Air Jordan 6s connected to an upper, which gave the boot-like feeling. I bet that was well comfortable. The only sequel films that Tim Burton directed himself. Oh yeah, because Tim Burton did the first film. He did the sequel, but then it was Joel Schumacher after that. Penguin Act 3 was based on his comic book counterpart. It was released part of Kenner's line of action figures based on the film. As Danny DeVito's image, the character was deemed too scary for kids. The figure was a reprint of the Penguin's action figure released in the 1980s. Where the original one had a blue suit, whereas one in the film had a black suit. I actually had one of those blue suit ones from the 80s, I think, once when I was younger. This was one of the last major Hollywood films to be done in the old-fashioned way, with indoor sound stages, trompe-l'oeil sets, miniatures, and various other vestiges of old-school Hollywood filmmaking. First Batman adaptation in which real names of Penguin, Catwoman are established in the comics, Oswald and Selina, are used. Yeah, because in all the other ones you don't know who they are as people. In the 60s they never give them origin stories. The note given to Batman by the monkey was in Bob Kane's handwriting. Oh, that's really cool. Bob Kane, who wrote Batman. Was intended to be a direct sequel to Batman. As a result, subplots and continuity from the first film that would have been addressed, including gift shops selling fragments of destroyed Batwing, further revelations into the past of now deceased Jack Napier, aka the Joker, and even Bruce Wayne proposing to Vicky Vale by the end of the film. However, Tim Burton was uncomfortable making a direct sequel, and as a result, the script was rewritten. What else have we got here? Billy Dee Williams was to play Harvey Dent again. In an early movie script included the role, but the character was renamed Max Shreck, and all of Dent's lines were given to him, and all of Two-Face elements were removed. Oh, so Max Shreck is a replacement for Two-Face. Some production photos in Max Shreck's office apartment are of him with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who later played Mr. Freeze. Yeah. The way they got the cats to surround around Selina's body was by basically, like, put tuna in her suit. David Bowie was the first cast choice for Max Shreck. That would have been a very different movie. Set a new record, filmed in opening week. Until the following year, Jurassic Park managed to break the record. Batman's suit weighed 55 pounds, 25 kilograms. Oh man, I'm tired. Yeah, Be Hot in the Old Cold Town Tonight was a reference to the Joker. Let me see. Max Shreck is a reference to the star of Nosferatu. Is that the old horror movie? Meryl Streep had been considered for the role of Catwoman. Tim Burton rejected her because she was too old, apparently. Maybe, yes. I would have dug it, actually. Set for Penguin's decrepit underground lair at the abandoned city zoo was filled with 500 gallons of water. Simulated the ice flow island. Penguin flipper-like hands are suggestive of syndactyly, condition where two or more digits are fused together, which makes sense. When seated at her desk in Shrek's office, Lamp casts a shadow through her eyeglass frames, creating an outline that looks like a cat's eye, and looks like the mask worn by Catwoman in the comics. And it could have been featured as part of costumes for the 60s Catwoman from the TV show. Michael Keaton, Michael Goff, who played Alfred, Pat Hingle, who played Commissioner, were the only actors to recur the roles. Well, that's a rubbish one. Danny DeVito said that he read in the paper that he was being considered for a Penguin over a year before he was even offered the part. Out, man. This movie moves slowly. Um, it was intended that the character Robin being introduced in this film, comic artist was Norm Brayfogle was collaborated to redesign the Robin costume and for the introduction of the new Robin. Tim Drake, so that it could have been convincingly fit into the Dark Knight's gritty, dangerous world in the film. The winning costume was one designed by Neil Adams, but the new Robin's R symbol and bow staff was influenced in Brayfogle's presentation. Kenner Toys even produced a corresponding action figure, but when Robin was eventually written out of the script, they released the toy anyway, as the character was newly discovered in the comic books. Yeah, man, Tim Drake was fairly new then. That's pretty cool. Blah, blah, blah. Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer both appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the Vulture in the original Wasp. Interesting. I'm not going to read all of these. These ones look like they're... yeah, the only live action but a Sumac series to not receive flash. Yeah, they've already given me that one. There's a lot of redos in here. Yeah, not the first time he's tried to become mayor. He did it in the 1966 episode. Where in that episode Batman was running against him as well. Tim Burton always uses music by Danny Elfman. Everyone uses music by Danny Elfman. Oh. Yeah, near casting of Marlon Wayans as Robin became a point of controversy for some. Many questioned the apparentness of Robin being African American, while others were wary of Wayans in the part as he was known exclusively for comedic roles and would probably veer into a very campy nature. Director trademarks show a follow of the Carrier, which apparently is a Burton thing. Film's soulful trailer debuted in front of Prince of Wayne's World in 1992. In February 1992, and was attached to subsequent release that year, and alternative teaser trailer available on any DVD and Blu-ray release. Because of the criticism from parents regarding the dark, violent, sexual or overtones of the film, where had been speculated the film was about to receive an R rating from the MPAA, asking the first Batman film to receive a higher rating than PG-13, which was the rating 89 received, but finally decided to give the movie the same rating as the previous film. I don't want to go too hard with these. While confronting the Penguin's henchmen for the second time, Batman snatches the time bomb off a clown, puts it on the tattooed strongman's pants, and follows him down a pipe as an explosion occurs, which killed him, an act that was rarely ever done by Batman. Yeah, Batman's kind of murdering this. Yeah, it's one of the first thing to use Penguin's real name, but it doesn't use his middle name, Chesterfield. Walken and Pfeiffer appeared in Hairspray together. Yeah, so it is definitely resembling Felix the Cat's logo on Max Schreck's department store. First Batman film to use CGI. Yeah, the first film was actually cartoons, or no CGI. Rowan Atkinson was considered for all the Penguin. Rowan Atkinson? Yeah, Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, plays Oswald Cobblepot's father in this film. Would go on to play the Penguinus. I think they just spelled Penguin, but the Penguin's father in Gotham as well. Yeah, man, all of these, a lot of those ones are bits. The trivia bit for that one wasn't very good, to be honest, in my opinion. That was rubbish trivia for that. Probably all I've got to say on that one. I'll probably do a longer video on Batman in general, actually, so I can expand on this one a lot more at a later date. I'm very exhausted right now, so I'll leave this one here. So close to Christmas now. 2 more movies to go and I'm done. It's Christmas Day. Tomorrow I'll be watching Santa with Muscles, starring Hulk Hogan. And then on Christmas Day I'll be watching The Grinch 2018. So excited to watch The Grinch. J-Man out. Merry Christmas.